Hello, this is Suman Bhuchar reporting for AsianCultureVulture.com. We're here at the Aashni and Company Wedding Show, looking at high-end Indian wedding couture, and it's interesting that designers are really rock stars. We've been wandering around trying to see what the British Asian woman and the Indian woman will be looking for her wedding.
This is the sari. We shot without a petticoat because as we get older, we get naughtier.
Oh, right.
And that's from Lisa Hayden, who's wonderful, who just won Best Supporting Actress for Queen. So this is kind of like the modern sari drape done in tulle, very soft, very light, very feminine, and with a lot of wonderful under construction.
Oh,
I think the thing is that how when people wore Indian clothes, they almost expected it to have beautiful work and almost didn't fit. Because fit was never part of the language in Indian, the vocabulary of fashion. It was about detail, technique, embroidery. And today, especially say in the UK, but even more so in India, but everywhere today, women wear beautiful Western clothes that fit well. And so they need to have that same fit. So our studio is about marrying Western construction with Indian. So if you look at something like this, I'll show you, it's a coat, but it's draped. So these things sculpt the body, They don't just be like bags of embroidery, because I think that's very old-fashioned.
Yeah, so in terms of the sari, would somebody still wear it now with a petticoat? Or
Yeah. We do a lot of sari drapes, because increasingly it's becoming difficult. So that is a sari drape. You zip it up, and then it has a pre-pleated thing that goes over.
Oh, it looks beautiful.
And so even the Western wall, and that's the coat that's over there.
Right.
You see it's shaped, and then you see these things on.
It's like a skirt.
Yeah, it's a skirt that's pre-draped, and look at this lovely bag.
Oh, it's lovely.
Can you just try it?
Just, you can wrap it like a pallu, or you just leave it down, and it snaps.
So is that how the evolution of the sari is?
Yeah, because otherwise a lot of the younger girls are so mortified of this 5.5 meters of fabric. And everywhere everyone goes today, they dance all night. And the pundits out of one door and the DJs in the next. And so unless you're somebody who's comfortable wearing a sari, they're always panicked, or they need 10 pins, and then, the issues. So I think rather than let it dying out, like the kimono, if it's only going to be worn, it's in classical way. Now when you go to Tokyo, almost no one's wearing it. So you have to contemporize it to keep it around. Otherwise, it gets relegated to something that your ancestors did when they had a different life, when they sat and they didn't dance, and it was much more somber.
I am just a student, and I'm looking around, and I'm very interested in fashion, especially Indian fashion and Sabyasachi. And so I wanted to try on one of his saris, and I tried this one, and I'm very glad I did.
What's so special about being a Sabyasachi bride, as your story clearly demonstrates?
I think you should ask the girls. You're asking the wrong person. Well, I don't want to sound parochial about it, but I think the fact is that, what we do is we bring respect and tradition back to clothing. And, women are objectified when it comes to fashion, but what we do is I think we are sensitive to their needs and to their insecurities. and most male designers treat a woman in shades of black and white, but I think we work in shades of grey, which is one of the reasons why it's so popular.
Right, and I'm just looking at, you've got a mixture of skirts and top type designs as well as the traditional sari. What is popular for a wedding?
I think it's always the traditional lehenga and the traditional saris, because you see, I have a lot of girls who've had multiple premarital sex, smoked pot, wore short leather skirts, went punk at some point of time in their lives. But when they get married, I think all of it changes, and they suddenly want to embrace tradition because they're like, I want to make my nani ma proud, or I've had a terrible relationship with my mother or my father. I want to compensate for it before I leave the house. And I think everybody gets into a certain sense of self-introspection before they get married, and they all want to look their best and they all want to look Indian and traditional. You can call it role play, but I think it's deep down everybody wants to do good before they leave the house, which is one of the reasons I think the brand has become so iconic, because we pay homage to that.
Okay, so our collection is called Gulistan, which means a bed of roses.
Right.
So if you see my collection, I've got a lot of flowers, a lot of roses. So that's what we're doing. Even on a outfit like this, it's for a really fun bride, and what I'm trying to incorporate is something which people can use again and again. So while you use this for an occasion later, you use the same blouse with a plain sari, wear it with a pair of dhoti, and it looks really nice.
Okay.
So I want people to take out those clothes, not just put them in the wardrobe, wear it once, take it out, show it off, and use it again.
Lovely. So what is the look for the Indian bride like today? I mean, are they wearing gararas and tops, or would they go for a sari type of a thing, or what would they wear?
This is what they wear. They wear the lehengas.
They wear the lehengas?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yes. And I'm Sama, I'm their daughter.
The pallu is absolutely amazing, but more so. Should I try it on?
Yeah, why not?
Oh god. So this is the piece. The pallu is amazing anyways because it's so heavy and it's got intricate work, but
it's a very Lucknow style.
It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
Summer, now you can tell us a bit about the sari and the make and the...
This work is called chicken curry. It's a specialty of Lucknow. So that's where our brand is from. And it's handmade, and a sari like this would probably take 6 months to make, because it will be handmade by one person. Then this is called mukesh. It's also called kamdani. So this is also, then after the chicken is done, then they put the wire, beat it. So it's all fully handmade. After that, then they start the embroidery on it with the pearls and the sequins and the gold thread. So all in all, it probably takes around, the base itself probably takes around 6-7 months, and then this probably takes around another 3 to 4 weeks.
What's that?
And how much does it retail for?
Chicken.
No, this thing here.
Yeah, the shiny thing.
Yeah.
It's called kamdani.
Kamdani.
Or mukesh. It depends on where you're from.
Yeah.
This one is for 1,900 pounds.
1,900.
Yeah.
Reasonable. And is it a chiffon sari? You started on
1,956. It is Georgette. It's pure Georgette.
Will you open it? Just very beautiful. Yeah.